A couple days off from streaming. We were doing some projects for school, college assignments. Obviously, school is more important than streaming, especially if you're in college. But we're back here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's Game 2 between the Astros and the Guardians. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. And this one, my name is Josh Wright. As you can see, the Guardians won game number 1 of this series, 5-2, the final score. Guardians win, of course. They'll be up 2-0. Astros win this game, obviously. We'll be tied at a game apiece heading to Houston. Ronald Blanco will get the start for the Astros. The Guardians going for former Detroit Tiger Matthew Boyd. Lineups and first pitch coming up. Game 2 of the division series between the Astros and the Guardians is next, here on Let's Talk Sports. And on the mound there is Matthew Boyd getting the start for the Cleveland Guardians in Game 2. For Stephen Votes, Cleveland Guardians in Game 2. We'll take a look at the lineup in this one set up for the Houston Astros heading into Game 2. Jose Altuve leads off. He's at second base. Batting second in right field, Kyle Tucker. Hitting third is the DH, Chase McCormick. Alex Bregman hits cleanup at third. Yainer Diaz bats fifth. He's the catcher. Jeremy Pena moves up to the number 5 spot. He's the shortstop. Or moves up to the number 6 spot. Sorry, he's the shortstop. Victor Caratini bats 7th. He's at first. Dubon bats 8th and left, filling in for an injured Jordan Alvarez. And Jake Myers bats 9th. He's in center. Take a look at the defense around the horn for the Guardians in this one. Josh Naylor's at first. Second base is Jimenez. Third base, Jose Ramirez. Shortstop is Riccio. In the outfield from left to right, Stephen Kwan's in left. Center field, Blaine Thomas. Right field, John Kinsey Noel. And Austin Hedges is behind the plate. Bo Naylor was behind the plate in Game 1 for Cleveland. And now tonight we've got Austin Hedges. First pitch to Altuve is a strike. Has not done anything for the Astros offensively in this postseason. Was hitless in the division in the wild card series against Detroit. He was hitless in Game 1 of this series. And you're either rooting for him to continue doing nothing with the bat in this postseason, or you're an Astros fan. You know, you're kind of wanting him to do something. Altuve is gone, one away. He was caught looking. Here is Kyle Tucker hitting 100. On the dot, there's a base hit down the left field line into the corner. Tucker's on his way to second. The throw in from left is going to reach the shortstop, Riccio. And Kyle Tucker has the first hit of the game. One out, runner at second for Houston. Here's Chase McCormick. First pitch to him, taken for a ball. McCormick came in the middle of the game yesterday to play left field. Jordan Alvarez was taken out in the 3rd inning, and he will be out for the rest of the Astros postseason run. There's a strike, 1-1. McCormick 0 for 2 in the 2 at-bats he played in and he had in Game 1. There's one in the left field. Back goes Kwan. And this one is going to bounce off the wall. Tucker's a rounding third. He's going to score. The Astros strike first. It's 1-0. And an RBI single for Chase McCormick gets the job done. Here's Alex Bregman. After hitting 500 heading into Game 1, now hitting at 364. Will be a free agent at the end of the season. So the big question is whether or not the Astros will keep him around for 2025, or will he go to a new team. There's a pop-up to Riccio at short. That is out. Number 2. That'll bring in Yainer Diaz. He had a big game in Game 1 of this series. Drops a fastball in, and it's 0-1. If you guys hear noise in the background, obviously it's my baseball glove. Diaz hits a flare out to shallow right. Jimenez comes in, makes the play. Matthew Boyd gets out of it, not after. However, he gives up an RBI single from Chase McCormick. Start things off. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Houston's on top first, 1-0. And here's Ronald Blanco getting the start for the Astros. Let's see what the Astros pitching can do here in Game 2 of this best of 5 American League Division Series. We'll take a look at the starting lineup in this one, set up by Stephen Vogt, Cleveland Guardians. Stephen Kwan leads off. He is in left. Batting second is the DH, David Fry. Hitting third is the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. Lane Thomas hits cleanup. He's in center. Josh Naylor hits fifth. He's at first. Honor Jimenez bats in the number 6 spot. He's at second. And Quincy Noel's back in the lineup today. He bats seventh. He's in right. Austin Hedges filling in for Bo Naylor today. He's batting eighth. He's the catcher. Brian Rochio batting ninth. He's the shortstop. Take a look at the defense in this one for the Astros. First base, Victor Caratini. Second base, Altuve. Third base, Alex Bregman. Pena's at short, and then the outfield from left to right. Dubon is in left field today, filling in for Yordan Alvarez. Jake Myers is in center. Right field's Kyle Tucker. And Yainer Diaz is behind the plate doing the catching. Here's Stephen Kwan leading off for Cleveland once again. And the first pitch to him is a strike. Stephen Kwan had 1 hit in Game 1 of this series. Lets the circle change go by, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball taken, and it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 from Blanco. In a right field, there's a base hit. Hit number 2 of this postseason for Stephen Kwan. That one person who just left the stream, hopefully they don't miss too much. With David Fry coming up. Nice leadoff hit by Stephen Kwan. Probably one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball right now. And David Fry follows up with a base hit of his own. Over to second is Stephen Kwan, 2-1, nobody out. And Jose Ramirez is up next. I'll put runners at 2-1, nobody out for Jose Ramirez. Had the home run. That was the big hit of Game 1 for Cleveland, most likely. That was obviously what got the ball rolling for Cleveland. On the offensive side of things, it led him to a 5-2 victory. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Count is evened up. Well, tomorrow this will be a travel day for the Astros and Guardians, and then we'll do Game 2 of the Brewers and the Phillies. Count is 2-1 to Jose Ramirez. Stephen Kwan, the runner at second. David Fry's at first. There's a circle change, and it is called for a strike, 2-2. Clearly in the strike zone, so would be concerning if the umpire didn't call it a strike. Ramirez swings, hits one in the right. Back is Tucker at the wall. And Jose Ramirez goes deep again. Three to 1 Guardians is the score. Back-to-back home runs and back-to-back games for Jose Ramirez. He hit one to left center field in Game 1. He hits one into right field in Game 2. Cleveland takes the lead. It's 3 to 1. Here's Lane Thomas. Blanco drops a slider, and it's taken ball one. Lane Thomas started off the season with the Nationals, came over to the Guardians in a trade. That was the second time he was traded at the trade deadline. Was also traded in 2021 to the Nationals from the St. Louis Cardinals in 2021. There's a fastball, 2-1. Got a couple people tuning into the stream. What's up? How we doing? How's everybody's Wednesday coming along? Struck him out. That is out number one. First strikeout for Blanco after giving up the 2 singles and the 3-run homer. That is off the corner, says the first base umpire, or the home plate umpire, sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ronald Blanco. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 1-2, sorry. My apologies, I was not looking. I was not paying attention. I thought he struck out. Here's the 1-2 to Josh Naylor hitting .250. After last night's game, there's a grounder to second. Is Altuve's throw going to beat him? It will. Guys, should I make like playoff highlight compilations of all these games? Depending on how this series does. Tell you guys what, we do that if we get 400 subscribers. We will do that, or for our 500 subscriber milestone, whatever we decide to do. Then I will do a highlight compilation of this series, or I will do a highlight compilation of all the playoff games that we've done. Like I'll do one for the Wild Card series with the Mets and Brewers, the Division series with the Astros and Guardians, and the Phillies Brewers series that we're doing, and then of course the ALCS and the NLCS when we get there, and of course the World Series. As Jeremy Pena hits one down the line, it will go foul. Just a couple of ideas for you know, for YouTube. Just a couple ideas for this series. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeremy Pena hitting 300 on the dot. Fouls off another slider, trying to keep this bat going. 3 hits so far this postseason. The one person in the chat, what do you think? Should we do a highlight compilation for all of the playoff games that we're doing? It would take a lot of time, it would take a lot of editing, but it would be something that I would be 100% down to do. Nice play by the Guardian shortstop for out number 1. Here is Victor Caratini. And once again, I have a completely different lineup card written down. But we'll roll with it. We'll just pretend that Victor Caratini is Jeremy Pena, and we're going to have to pretend Jeremy Pena is John Singleton. Count is 1-0 to Caratini, and he pops this up. And it's Andres Jimenez making the call. 2 outs. But yeah, I'm curious, would you guys be interested in a playoff highlight compilation? Because I would be interested in doing that. Or I'm thinking of doing like a highlight compilation of all the home runs that were hit in the simulation series. Like I'll do one for the postseason and then one for like the regular season. I think that would be really cool. And a 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Boyd. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Cleveland. When we come back, they lead this one 3-1. Jurgensen Noel has a pair of RBIs from game 1 of this series. Fouls off the slider and the count's 0-1. Number 2 prospect in the Guardians organization, the number 57 prospect in all of Major League Baseball. Seems like a pretty fun kid to watch. Larry Bullard's the home plate umpire. James Kingsley is at first. And then we can also introduce the rest of the umpires while we're at it. Gary Simmons at second. Patrick Johnson's at third. And a little weather report. 54 degrees, clear skies. Wind blowing 5 miles per hour from center field. So, a pretty good day here in Cleveland. It's a nice 54-degree weather. I love weather in the 50 degrees. Noel strikes out. That is the strikeout number 2 for Blanco on the night. And now bring in Austin Hedges. Austin Hedges, former Padre, came over to Cleveland in a trade, I want to say. Or was he with the Pirates before he was with the Guardians? Maybe he started off 2023 as a Pirate, and then he came to the Guardians in a trade? Or he came back to Cleveland? I do not know. But what I do know is he used to be a Padre. As you can see, when he was a Padre, I would trade for him a lot when I would do like rebuilds and stuff on franchise mode. Tried doing franchise series before on this channel, and they just don't go anywhere because, well, I don't finish them. Because I get bored with them like super quick. 0-2 to Hedges. Fouled off. Hedges also filling in for Bo Naylor here today. Bo Naylor caught game 1, and Hedges strikes out in his first at-bat here in game 2. And now back-to-back strikeouts for Ronald Blanco here in the bottom of the second. And now bring in Brian Rochio. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
2-2. And Rochio working the count full. Struck him out, and Ronald Blanco strikes out the side. End of 2 here in Cleveland. Score is 3-1. Guardians on top. Jake Myers, Jose Altuve, and Kyle Tucker all due up for the Astros when we hear the top of inning number 3 against Matthew Boyd. First pitch drops in a slider, and it's 0-1. That's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 to the number 9 hitter in the Astros lineup. Hitting .500. in the number 9 spot and hitting .500. Check swing, and he went one away. And that is Matthew Boyd's second strikeout of the evening. Here's Jose Altuve. He had the first strikeout. Matthew Boyd's first strikeout victim to lead off the game. Altuve has struck out 12 times in this postseason. That is hit into left field. Kwan's back. He'll make the catch. And that's out number 2. I mean, we can also show you here, too. Let's see. Altuve has struck out 8 times. I thought it was 12 times. I'm exaggerating. He struck out 8 times. Seems like he struck out 12 times, though. 12 times too many. Kyle Tucker, fastball up high, 1-0. I think as long as the Astros win this game, I think that's all Astros fans would care about. 2-0 to Kyle Tucker. Well, on the real side, the real baseball, the Guardians are playing the Detroit Tigers, and the Guardians are down 2-1. The Mets are up 2-1 against the Phillies. The Dodgers are a game away from being eliminated against the Padres again. It is going to be a crazy, crazy batch of division series going on this October, and Tucker's gone to end the top half of the third. We head to the bottom half. Guardians 3, Astros 1. Top of the order due up for Cleveland here in the bottom of the third inning. I will be right back. That's in the left field. There's a base hit. And a leadoff double for Stephen Kwan. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Bottom of the third, Stephen Kwan. Leadoff double. Here's David Fry. He is 1 for 1 with the single. 4 hits on the night now for Cleveland. And there's hit number 5. Base hit up the middle. Here comes Kwan. Throw in from Myers to the plate. It's 4-1.
One ball, no strike.
Counts 1-0 to Jose Ramirez. Already went deep once. He went deep twice, actually, in this postseason.
2 balls, no strike.
3 people watching, and none of them like the stream. How dare you guys? Ball 3, and Ronald Blanco having trouble finding the strike zone. That, or he's just being cautious and pitching around. Jose Ramirez, there's a strike. Takes the fastball, and it's 3-1. For those of you just tuning in, if you missed out on a lot, you probably did. It's 4-1 Cleveland. Game 2 of the division series. Guardians Astros. I know some people don't like that the Astros are playing here and not the Tigers. Well, if you watched my wild card series between the Tigers and Astros, you guys would see, obviously, the Astros won. And so that's why they're here. We've learned that stuff since, first grade. Win, go on, lose, go home. That's how the playoffs have worked ever since the playoffs started. And I know those couple people watching or leaving are like, why is he explaining us how the playoffs work? Well, some people probably don't. And some people may not like that Jose Ramirez is 2 for 2 on the day with a home run and now a single in the right field. Some people just don't like stuff. I don't know what it is. I think some people are just weird. First and third, nobody out. Here's Lane Thomas. 3-run homer for Jose Ramirez in the first, and then an RBI single from David Fry, who, as you can see, is the runner at second. Counts 0-1 to Lane Thomas. Struck out his first time up. He fouls off a slider, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Ball 1.
1 and 2.
Fouled off once more, and it's keeping the count alive here, 1-2. David Fry is the runner at second. Jose Ramirez the runner at first. For you just tuning in, Game 2 of the Division Series. Houston Astros, Cleveland Guardians. Guardians won Game 1 of this series. 5-2 was the final score. As you can see, the Guardians are in control so far in the bottom of the third inning of Game 2. And Lane Thomas is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Both strike 3 pitches of Lane Thomas's at bats. I'm pretty sure were both sliders. So I'll bring in Josh Naylor. He is 0 for 1. Takes the fastball, and it's 0-1. Blanco, 4-seamer. He's got a slider, circle change, and a slurve. All very valuable pitches, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure he throws them all a lot. Back-to-back strikeouts for Blanco. A check swing to Josh Naylor. Here is Mr. Noel. Or not Noel, Andres Jimenez, sorry. As my lineup card screwed up too for Cleveland. I think I had Noel hitting 6th, and then Andres Jimenez hitting 7th. Oh well. Andres Jimenez 0 for 1. First and second, 2 out. He swings, and he fouls it off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been live now for 28 minutes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third. Bregman. Force out at second is implied. The Guardians add their 4th run on the night, an RBI single for David Fry up the middle. We go to the 4th inning here in Cleveland. The Guardians now on top 4-1. Extend the lead to 4-1, Guardians. Chase McCormick fouls off, and the count's 0-1.
One ball, 2 strikes.
McCormick has a 1-2 count. He's 1 for 1 here in this game. And there's ball 2.
That's 3.
Struck him out, 1 away. Alex Bregman up next. 0 for 1, like most of the Astro lineup. Astros have had 2 hits in this game, one of them being an RBI double in the top of the first inning. And then the Guardians took the lead back, and now they're on top in this one, 3-1, 4-1. It's getting a little hot in my room. Should probably turn the fan on here in a little bit. I know some of you guys don't like when the fan's on in the back, but I get hot like super easy. That's up high, 2-1 to Mr. Alex Bregman. Usually somebody who hits well in October. He hit well against the Tigers. He has not done much in this series against the Guardians. Here comes the 3-1. That is taken. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hit down the line, and it's a foul ball. Bregman fouls off once more. Another 3-2 coming. Really keeping this at-bat going. Hit down the line again. Bregman doing everything he can to keep the at-bat going. Matthew Boyd doing everything he can just to get him out. And there you go. There's a weak pop-up in foul territory. Naylor comes in, makes the play. And there's out number 2. Two outs here is Yainer Diaz. Grounder to Andres Jimenez. Top of the 4th inning's over. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Cleveland again when we come back for the bottom of the 4th inning. They're on top in this one, 4-1. Junkincy Noel, 0 for 1. Here today against Ronald Blanco, one of the Astros' finer starting pitchers. Really solid starting pitcher this year for Houston. A lot of the Astros' young guys in their pitching rotation really stepped up this year. I know Justin Verlander, I think he was dealing with some injuries off and on throughout the year. They end up getting Yusei Kikuchi at the deadline, which on paper looked like a really dumb trade, but it actually turned out to be a pretty decent trade because Kikuchi actually played well for the Astros in the second half of the year. So, and I think we're going to watch him. I think he pitched game 1 of this series, actually. Kikuchi did. So I don't know who's going to pitch game 3 for Houston. Hang on just a second. Let me see. Kikuchi did pitch. Did he pitch game 1? I think he did pitch it. I can't remember. Ouch. Noel strikes out for the second time today.
Now batting, catcher, Austin Hedges.
I gotta turn the fan on. Getting hot in here. Here's Austin Hedges. The 1-2 to Austin Hedges. Back-to-back strikeouts again for Blanco.
The batter number 4, shortstop, Brian Rocio.
Strikeout number 8 for Ronald Blanco. Here is Brian Rocio. He too struck out his first time up. The 0-2.
One and two.
And Ronald Blanco strikes out the side again. He struck out the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Cleveland. The bottom half of the Guardians lineup for the second time. We head to the 5th inning. Guardians still lead game 1. It is 4-1. Josh Wright doing the play-by-play for this American League Division Series here in Cleveland, Ohio. Game 2 between the Cleveland Guardians and the Houston Astros. This is the second time both teams have met in the postseason. The first time back in the Division Series in 2018 when the Guardians were still the Indians. That was the last year, I think, they had the Chief Wahoo hats. Pena hits one into right center field. Back at the wall. This one is off the wall. And a ground rule double for Jeremy Pena to start things off here in the 5th inning. And of course, that division series with the Astros and Indians, that was a 3-game sweep for Houston, and then they'd go on to lose to the Red Sox in the ALCS. Can you imagine being a Yankee fan and you're watching the Astros and Red Sox in the ALCS? I mean, they had to watch them in 2018, and then again in 2021. It was Astros, Red Sox again. Here comes the 0-2 to Caratini, 0 for 1. Drop third strike. I don't know what that was, but it got away from Hedges. They were able to stay off, or able to stay on first base, covering the bag. That is, however, going to move Pena over to third, and that will bring in Marcio Dubon. Dubon, first pitch, fastball, 0-1. In the center, Lane Thomas makes a play. Runner's going to tag up. And they're going to throw him out. What a play in center field by Lane Thomas. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-1, Guardians still on top. That was a beautiful play. Dubon hit himself into a double play. Jeremy Pena tried to tag up at third base. Take a look at this laser beam of a throw. by Lane Thomas from center field. You can argue if that was close. But from here, it looks like it was a really sweet play. Stephen Kwan, 2 for 2 here today, was 1 for 4. 1 for 4 in game 1, 2 for 2 here today. 3 for 6, I want to say, in this division series. Had about hit him, and it's 1-2. Top of the Cleveland lineup due up again: Stephen Kwan, David Fry, Jose Ramirez. And Stephen Kwan is now 3 for 3. Gets a hold of a fastball, hits it into right field. Bottom of the 5th inning, here's David Fry at 2 for 2. Slider, strike 1. Brian Abreu, Tanner Scott warming up in the Houston bullpen. David Fry swings and misses at a slider, 0-2. Another 1-2 coming. Fry early on a slider again. Ronald Blanco, he's been relying on that slider a lot in this game. Throwing a lot of sliders, throwing a lot of four-seamers. He's thrown quite a bit in this game, I'd say so. Two and two. And the New York Mets are on their way to the NLCS. They have just beaten the Phillies. Oh my goodness. Inner right center field. Back at the wall. This ball is down. Kwan's rounding second. He's going to third. You bet he's coming home. 5-1 Guardians. And that is the end of the night for Ronald Blanco here today. Caleb Ort is heading to the mound. He will come in and face Jose Ramirez, who is 2 for 2. Fastball 0-1. But let's go. The Mets are on their way to the NLCS. The 0-1. Slider taken 0-2. Drop third strike. Ramirez is out for the first time here today. It's really been the top of the Cleveland lineup that's done most of the damage. Here's Lane Thomas. 2 strikeouts for him, and there's a ground ball. Base hit into right field. Coming around to score is Fry. The throw in from Kyle Tucker in right field. Not in time. And it's 6-1. Lane Thomas struggled against Ronald Blanco. He is thankful he's out of the game. Able to hit one off Caleb Ort for an RBI single, making it 6-1 Guardians. And now bring in Josh Naylor. Here comes the 0-1 from Caleb Ort. That is outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That is fouled off once more, and it's 1-2. A 1-2 from Ort. 2-2. Or 1-2, sorry. Francisco Lindor is him. Oh my goodness, man, what a game! Let's go Mets. They are on their way to the NLCS. Francisco Lindor hit a grand slam in the 6th inning. Oh boy. Runners going, throw down by Diaz, and Thomas is safe. I wish Prince Stupidity was in here because he would tell me that the Mets won, but I had to find out for myself that the Mets won. Frank, if you're watching, how dare you not come in my stream and say that the Mets won? Honors Jimenez full count. Or Honors Jimenez on deck, full count. To Naylor, to swing and a drive! Josh Naylor adds more to the beating. What is going on here in Cleveland? 418 feet deep right field. As the Cleveland announcer would say, a swing and a drive, deep right field. I can't do his voice, but you get what I'm saying. Fly ball to center field. Making the catches, Jake Myers, 2 outs.
Now batting, right fielder, John Kinsey. No out.
2 outs. Here's John Kinsey, Noel. The fact that no one's watching this game either is just funny to me. Like, nobody's people are gonna wonder, it's like, did I miss anything? Yeah, you missed a lot. Jackenzie Noel, base hit to right field, a 2-out single. And Caleb Ord having trouble getting out of the 5th inning. Here's Austin Hedges. Count is 1-0 to Austin Hedges, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts.
No, that's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
Here's the 2-0 to Hedges. Strike 1. Why is no one watching this stream? I just wish someone would come in here and be like, damn, Cleveland's kicking butt. It's into left field, and Caleb Ort finally gets out of the 5th inning. We're going to go to the 6th inning here in Cleveland. Score is 8-1. Guardians on top. Hang on a second. I'm going to... you guys watch this game, and then I'm going to...
1 ball, no strike.
I'm going in my friend stream. Hang on just a second.
That's the ball. Oh. 1-0. Hey! 1 ball. 2 strikes. Two balls. 2 strikes.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, I was telling a friend of mine about the Mets winning. Kyle Tucker has the 4th hit in this game for the Astros. It's his 2nd hit of the night. And that will bring in Chas McCormick, 1 for 2. He has the other one of the other hits in this game for the Astros. Pop up behind the plate. And we go to the bottom of the inning. Brian Rocio, David Fry, I'll do up when we come back. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Rocio. Either way, he's 0 for 2. One of 2 guys now in the Cleveland lineup that is hitless here today. Anders Jimenez and Rocio. There's one fouled off, and it's 0-2. And Rocio has himself a base hit. He will join the hit parade. Oh, Austin Edges is hitless too. So he was one of 3 guys heading into this at bat that was hitless. Here's Stephen Kwan. He's got 3 hits on the day. Hits one to left center field. Back goes Myers at the wall. He'll make the catch. And Kwan is now 3 for 4.
Number 6, designated hitter,
Here's David Fry. He too is 3 for 3. Has a chance to go 4 for 4 or be 3 for 4. 1-0 pitch to Fry. Double play ball 1. And safe at second, or safe at first.
Now batting, third baseman,
So David Fry reaches first base for the 4th time today. Here's Jose Ramirez. Drops one, then down, drops a circle change, 1-0. Caleb Ort still out there for the 6th inning, as you guys can see, after getting roughed up in the 5th inning. Ramirez 2 for 3, 3-run homer. Back in the 1st inning. He also has a RBI, or he has a single in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th inning. Here comes the 2-2 from Ramirez. from Caleb Ward. That's up high. And the count is full. 3-2. That's to Caratini. And the inning's over.
Leading off for Houston, the third baseman,
Top of the 7th inning.
Bregman.
The middle of the Astro lineup is due up. Bregman, Diaz, and Jeremy Pena. First pitch grounder to Jimenez. At second. 1 away. Matthew Boyd cruising right along heading into the 7th inning. Has allowed 4 hits, 1 RBI double from Chase McCormick in the first, and he's also struck out 5 batters here today. So a very, very solid pitching performance from Matthew Boyd. Yonder Diaz fouls off a slider, counts 0-1. As we mentioned before, tomorrow it will be a travel day for the Guardians and Astros, and that's okay. We'll be in Philadelphia for Game 2. The National League Division Series we're calling, Phillies and the Brewers. And I wish it was Phillies and Mets, but the Mets lost to the Brewers in our series, so Brewers are playing the Phillies, and that'll be our Game 2 matchup for tomorrow. Diaz fouls off a fastball, and it's 1-2. Strike 3 call. Jeremy Pena, top of the 7th, 2 outs. Trying to go through a stream where we have like no interruptions. So far, we're doing a pretty decent job. Here's the 2-0. Fouled off once more. A swing and there's one in the left field, a base hit, and Jeremy Pena picks up hit number 5 of the night for the Astros. Here's Victor Caratini. Caratini, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Runner at first. Cleveland is up 8-1. Fastball taken 0-2. If I'm a Guardians fan, I have a big smile on my face. If I'm a Guardians fan and watching this game, if you're someone in general who doesn't like the Astros in general, you're probably smiling right now. As Victor Caratini gets drilled with a 4-seam fastball, so he'll have a free pass to first base. That'll bring in Marcio Dubon. And now Cleveland's got a couple guys in their bullpen warming up, as this might be Matthew Boyd's last inning. Dubon fouls off, and it's 0-2. We come back for the Cleveland half of the 7th inning. Lane Thomas, Josh Naylor, and Andres Jimenez will be due up. Fouled off once more. The 0-2. Down the line, foul ball. Almost landed in the dugout there for a second.
That's three.
Time to stretch here in Cleveland. Home half of the 7th coming up. Guardians lead this one 8-1.
Now pitching for the Astros.
And I will be right back. I'm gonna be on. If that way you guys can watch the rest of the 7th inning.
Oh, that's inside. Strike! Woo! One ball, two strikes. He's out.
The first baseman, number 22, Josh Naylor.
Hey! No ball, one strike. One and one. Oh.
Josh Naylor dealing with a 2-2 count. I'm going to see what happened in the last at bat real quick. 3-1. Okay. Also, new pitcher in for the Astros, Caleb Ferguson. Naylor pokes one into right field. It is going all the way to the wall. Naylor rounding first. He's going to go to second. And a one-out double. Josh Naylor has his second hit of the night. For those of you just tuning in, you missed a lot, as you can see by that scoreboard. 8 Cleveland runs have come across home plate. Couple home runs, one from Josh Naylor, the runner at second, and then Jose Ramirez hit one in the bottom of the first inning. And then a few more runs have come in to score. Let's see. RBI single from David Fry. RBI double also from David Fry. RBI single from Lane Thomas. And I want to say someone else had a RBI single, I believe. I don't know, but what I do know, it's been all Cleveland in this game. Grounder to Altuve. At second, that is out number 2. Moving over to third is Naylor. And they're going to bring in Brian Abreu to face Junkinsey Noel. He's 1 for 3 here today. He had a couple RBIs in game 1 in the Guardians 5-2 win. Here's the 1-0. Strike 2, or strike 1, sorry. One ball, one strike. Sorry, we got like an inning and a half left to go. We got the 8th inning coming up and then the top of the 9th. Huh, 2-2.
Okay.
Count is 3-2 with Austin Hedges on deck. Struck him out, and the 7th inning comes to a close. We're going to go to the 8th.
Now pitching.
And Eli Morgan first up out of the Guardian bullpen. After 7 innings of work by Matthew Boyd.
0-1.
Jake Myers leads off for Houston here in the top of the 8th, 0 for 2.
That's the ball.
And it's taken 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know why, but lately I've been watching like a lot of like really bad movies. Trying to watch like some of the worst animated movies.
Two.
Here comes the 2-2. That is off the first base bag, and that is going to be an infield single for Jake Myers.
Now batting, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Runner at first, Altuve is up 0 for 3. Altuve 0 for 3. He is 0 for, let's see, 0 for 15 in this postseason. Probably 0 for 18.
No ball.
He could be 0 for 19 depending on how this next at bat goes. Here's the 0-2. That is a grounder to Jimenez. They're going to get the flip at short, and they get the double play. A 4-6-3 double play turned by Andres Jimenez. And Jose Altuve is now 0 for 19. Here's Kyle Tucker, 2 for 3. 2 for 3, had a double and scored on an RBI single hit by Chas McCormick. All the way back in the first inning to give the Astros a 1-0 lead, and then, well, it's as you can see by the scoreboard, Cleveland's like, you're not winning this game, buddy. We're gonna go up 2-0. Heading into Cleveland. We're going to go to Cleveland up 2-0. Tucker swings, hits a high fly ball to right, back at the wall. This one is caught in the glove of Lane Thomas in center field. Austin Hedges, Rocio, and Stephen Kwan due up for the Guardians in the bottom of the 8th. They're up 8-1. Astros bringing in Brian King to pitch the 8th inning. Austin Hedges, the only guy out, also along with Andres Jimenez, who has not gotten on base today. There's a ground ball to Altuve at second. 1 away. For those of you who thought I was going to say the Houston Astros are world champions after that ground ball to second, to Jose Altuve at second, you're nuts. We got a long way to go before we get to the World Series. Brian Rocio, 1 for 3 here today. Led off the 6th inning with the single. That's up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brian King, the left-hander, 27 years old. Don't know why he's a 53 overall. but
That's the ball. Three ball. Two strike.
Rocio working a full count, fouls off the two-seamer. Brian King, two-seamer, four-seamer, and a curveball. This might be a stupid question. Well, this is actually a question that someone asked me once. And that is, what's the difference between a four-seam fastball and a two-seam fastball? And the left field catch is made by Dubon, one away, or two away. I might have to Google that. What is the difference between a four-seam fastball and a two-seam fastball? Some of you guys might think, wow, this guy's kind of dumb for not knowing the difference. Well, I'm not a pitcher. And Stephen Kwan hits one to left center field. He's on his way to second. And Stephen Kwan picks up his fourth hit of the night. A two-out double to left field. And now bring in David Fry, 3 for 4. With 2 RBIs in this game, an RBI single in the third, RBI double in the fifth. That is up high, 2-0. Here, there's a little blooper in the right, and it's going to drop. Here comes Kwan. Throw in from Tucker. 9-1 Cleveland in game 2. David Fry with his third RBI.
One ball. No strike.
Jose Ramirez is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a 3-run homer
1-1.
in the bottom of the 8th inning. Or in the bottom of the first inning, sorry. 2 for 4, home run, single, struck out, and he had an unassisted ground out to Victor Caratini at first base. Ramirez slaps it foul, 2-2. The 2-2 struck him out. We are going to the ninth. With the Guardians now up 9-1. Chas McCormick, Alex Bregman, Yanner Diaz will be due up for the Stros in the top of the ninth inning. Here we go. Eli Morgan. Sounds like a country singer. Will pitch the ninth inning. McCormick router to third, a 2-pitch at bat. And the Guardians are now 2 outs away from being up 2-0 in this division series. Here's Alex Bregman. What a fun first 2 games this was to call. Another weak pop-up, shallow right center. Jimenez making the call. And now they're 1 out away. Batter is Yanner Diaz. Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
For those of you just tuning in, we will be back tomorrow for our National League Division Series. Milwaukee Brewers, Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies won game 1 of that series. We will be live tomorrow at 6:45 p.m. Struck him out, and the Guardians are up 2-0. What a ball game this was to watch here in Cleveland. 9-1 the final score. 3 runs in the first. After the Astros scored a run in their half of the first, Guardians scored 3. A 3-run homer from Jose Ramirez. They also scored 4 runs they scored a run in the third, 4 runs in the fifth, a run in the eighth, and yeah, they pretty much ran away with this. And I'll also show you guys a little quick updated look at our bracket. So as you can see, this is our bracket. As you can see, the Kansas City ended up beating Baltimore in their series in the American League. Astros beat the Tigers. Obviously, that's why Astros are playing the Guardians. Kansas City playing the Yankees. And then in the National League side, you can see the Padres beat the Braves. Dude, the Padres beat the crap out of the Braves in their series. Perhaps we should have called that. And then the Brewers end up beating the Mets, so they're playing the Phillies. So pretty much not the most accurate playoff bracket compared to real life, but you know, this is a video game. You know, this is just all meant for fun. So as I mentioned before, next game we're doing the Brewers-Phillies. Brewers-Phillies, Astros-Guardians, those are the 2 division series that we're doing. And but pretty much that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Road to 400, road to 500. And I will see you guys next time. I'll see you tomorrow for Game 2 of the Phillies and the Brewers.